ridiculous are we going to allow this to become? Does anyone in NASCAR have any balls? Forget NASCAR. Does anyone in sports have any balls? I am so disgusted by this story. I am so tired of seeing these powerful organizations bend their ass over, overreacting to the opinions of the useless trolls on Twitter. Oftentimes, we organically develop weekly themes here on the channel. We were on a roll for a while back in February and March, but we haven't really had a weekly theme develop in a little while. That streak looks to be ending this week. It is only Tuesday, and it appears the theme for this week is going to be sensitivity. Feelings. Oh, feelings. We must be cognizant of the feelings of others. We don't want to offend anyone. Fuck your feelings. When I was a kid, you know how many adults were worried about my feelings? Zero. Back then, it was considered a good thing for teachers or coaches to come down hard on you. You guys ever seen the movie Varsity Blues? I know my fellow millennials have seen it. It was a huge movie back when we were in high school. Came out in the late 90s. I believe it might have been 1999. James Van Der Beek, Paul Walker, Jon Voight, the blonde chick that made the whipped cream bikini famous. It was a great movie. For those of you that haven't seen it, Varsity Blues is about a high school football team in West Canaan, Texas. Their head coach, played by Jon Voight, he's a real dickhead. But there's a point in the movie where Jon Voight is coming down hard on James Van Der Beek, the team's quarterback. The parents, they're sitting there watching practice, talking amongst each other. And when Jon Voight comes down hard on James Van Der Beek, the parents are saying something to the effect of, "It's good that the coach is coming down hard on these kids. It builds character, teaches them discipline, teaches them to get through adversity." That shit would never happen today. Coach or teacher comes down hard on the child, the parents are threatening to sue them and the school. "How dare you tell my son he sucks at football? He deserves a participation trophy just like the other kids who suck." America used to be a country that preached failure is not an option. Today, we are conditioning a generation to believe that it's okay to fail. It's okay to suck. Don't worry, everyone is a winner. That is bullshit. It doesn't work that way in the real world. Everyone is not a winner. Matter of fact, there are a lot of losers. There are no participation trophies. There is no safety net. We have to get past this point where considering people's feelings is the top priority. It's kind of hard to do that though when you see shit like we're seeing right now in NASCAR. I'm going to come down hard on NASCAR, but this is not just a NASCAR problem. Sports mimic society. This is a society issue. It's to the point where these shit fucks are reaching for something to offend them. I guess the courses at Woke U are effective. As you guys know, Jemele Hill teaches Victimization 101. She must be one hell of a professor because we are living in a country full of victims. Last Sunday in Talladega, Kyle Larson was going for the lead during the final lap. Ended up causing a wreck. He hit Kurt Busch. The wreck ended up involving Bubba Wallace, who received his degree from Woke U last summer. Bubba Wallace is NASCAR's poster child for victimhood. He took all of Jemele Hill's courses. He was at the top of her class in the course about creating stories to paint yourself as the victim. He implemented that strategy to perfection with the whole fake news scandal a couple of years ago. Jemele Hill actually gave him an A+ for that performance. Kyle Larson, though. Kyle Larson was the winner of the NASCAR Cup Series last year. Being a champion, that means nothing to social justice warriors. No, these useless bums, they can't relate to winning. They can't relate to success. What made them relate to Kyle Larson, he was the first member of the NASCAR Driver for Diversity program to win the championship in NASCAR. Now you may be wondering, what the fuck is Driver for Diversity? Come on, guys, it's 2022. All major corporations, they have to have a diversity program. What would the world be without diversity and inclusion. Professional sports, they should not be about showcasing the best talent, the best winners. It should be about showcasing diversity. When I'm watching the NBA, I'm not watching to see the best basketball players in the world. I'm watching to see all that diversity on the court. You know the diversity I'm talking about. Black players on the court, white people in the stands. Diversity. The NASCAR Drive for Diversity program is a developmental program designed to provide opportunities to women and minorities to become NASCAR drivers or to become members of the pit crew. Um, I don't know about you guys, but if I'm driving a car in a circle going 100 miles an hour, I don't give a fuck about the diversity of my pit crew. I want my pit crew filled with qualified mechanics. To hell with balancing your bullshit diversity demographics. My life is on the line behind the wheel of this car. Give me the best mechanics. I don't give a shit what color they are. It's the same thing in real life. When you have car trouble and you go to the mechanic, do you give a fuck what color they are? Do you care about their diversity? No. Can you make sure I can drive my car without killing myself? Yes, I can. Good. Fix it. You don't go to the mechanic and say, well, I know you're qualified. I know you're a good mechanic, but you don't have enough non-binary Ethiopians working here. I'm taking my car to the non-binary Ethiopian down the street who just graduated the tech program at Woke U. Denny Hamlin and Kyle Larson, they are close friends. They're Goombas. That is an important detail to remember. When men are good friends, we communicate by fucking with each other. Women, they communicate by expressing their feelings. Men communicate by giving each other shit. Yesterday, Denny Hamlin took to Twitter to fuck with his good friend Kyle Larson. He made a joke about him wiping out Sunday afternoon. He captioned the tweet, "I leave this here without comment," then posted the following video. Watch for yourself.
How much signal I need to cut across 8 lanes? None? I turn now. Good luck, everybody else.
Oh, this just sent the Virgin Patrol into convulsions. When I first watched this clip, I wondered to myself, what the hell was so offensive? Kyle Larson wrecked. Denny Hamlin pulls a clip from, I think it was Family Guy, making fun of a woman who can't drive. Where is the offensive part? Well, I had to take off my Under Armour hat and put on my trusty woke cap. Once I put my woke cap on, it all started to make sense. By the way, you guys need to get yourselves a woke cap. Once I start selling merch here on the channel, I might start selling these. It is extremely difficult for us normal people to understand the mentality of the useless. But you put this woke cap on, everything starts to make sense. Now, I don't recommend wearing it for long periods of time. You don't want to infect yourself with the fungus for too long. But when you're wondering why the offendables are offended, this woke cap right here gives you all the answers you need. Thanks to my trusty woke cap, I now understand what was so offensive about Denny Hamlin's joke. Number one, jokes are not allowed anymore. All comedy is offensive. We can't be hurting feelings. Number two, he insinuated Asian women are bad drivers. This evil white man is playing up an old stereotype. Haven't you heard of that stereotype before? I hadn't either until I put on my woke cap. Apparently, it is against the woke commandments to have a cartoonish Asian woman playing a part on a television show be a bad driver. And number three, last but certainly not least, Denny Hamlin was being racist against Kyle Larson. Now you're probably confused. I mean, look at Kyle Larson. How can a white guy be racist against another white guy? Well, The maternal side of his family is from Japan, so Kyle Larson is part Asian. Does it make sense now? Yeah, doesn't make sense to me either. I don't get it. Nothing about Denny Hamlin's tweet was racist. There was no malicious intent. There was no negativity behind it. It was a fucking joke between two good friends. But we can't have that toxic masculinity anymore. No, 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 no. What makes this even more ironic, the supposed victim in this situation, Kyle Larson, was suspended several years ago for making a racial slur. So the victim of this fake racism was once an offender of racism. Sometimes this shit gets more confusing than the transgender movement in sports. But don't worry though. No. Don't worry. NASCAR has stepped in with a solution. We are dedicated to ending racism at NASCAR. Denny Hamlin breaching the woke commandments is unacceptable. After hours of brainstorming and consulting with our fellow virgins, we have come up with the ideal solution to ensure this never happens again. What is the solution? Did NASCAR suspend Denny Hamlin? No, wasn't that. Are they making him delete Twitter? No, well, not yet anyway. With Elon Musk taking over and Twitter no longer being a cesspool of propaganda, NASCAR mandating its drivers to delete Twitter could be coming. But just think about it though. Just think about it. If you're NASCAR President Steve Phelps, what is the best woke solution to this problem? When your marriage or relationship is in trouble, what do? You go see a marriage counselor. When your back is bothering you, you go to the chiropractor. When you're a horny social justice warrior, you find bikini pics of Leah Thomas. So when you have a driver accused of being insensitive, the solution is obvious. You send them to sensitivity training. Sensitivity training, otherwise known as woke you. Sensitivity training is where they send men who hurt people's feelings. It's where they train you to keep your mouth shut. Once you complete our rigorous program, we will have eliminated your toxic masculinity. Our final session includes a nice round of butt bongo. This is the best part of our training. We send you back into society with a gold medal in the Anal Olympics. This is so fucking ridiculous. Sensitivity training? Denny Hamlin, of course, he folded, issued an apology on Twitter. What are you apologizing for? I don't understand. If I'm going to apologize to someone, I'm going to make sure I did something wrong first. What did Denny Hamlin do wrong? Offending social justice warriors does not warrant an apology. I like offending the woke. It gives me pleasure. If you're offending these people, you're doing something right. But let me know what you think. Was Denny Hamlin's tweet offensive? What do you think of sensitivity training? Sound off in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe. Click the notification bell to receive all notifications from the channel. Best way to contact me is by email at btlkc84@gmail.com, KC_BTL84 on Twitter. I'll see you guys tomorrow.